Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Joao Cancelo as the Manchester City defender has been offered to Barca again, but registration would be very complicated. We are going to discuss on that report as we progress. Secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barca's chances of signing Portuguese duo Joao Felix and Bernardo Silva depends on three departures. Who are those players? We are also going to discuss that. So guys, as we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As reported earlier today, FC Barcelona have made it a top priority to sign a new right back, with Jules Koundé reluctant to play in the position and both Julian Araujo and Sergio Dest likely to be on their way out. Reinforcements are necessary for the position. Sporting Director Deco is understood to be looking at several options, one of whom is Real Valladolid's Ivan Fresneda, whose signing has not been ruled out yet. At the same time, though, Sport is reporting that Manchester City outcast Joao Cancelo also remains an option on the table for Barcelona, with his services still being offered to the club. The 29-year-old has fallen out of favor at the Etihad under Pep Guardiola and spent the second half of the last season on loan at Bayern Munich. With no future for him with the citizens, the Portuguese ace is set for an exit, and Barca have been keen on his signing. Cancelo has thus been offered to them by super agent Jorge Mendes. However, the La Liga champions are not in a position to afford a permanent, and a loan move would be the only solution. But even such an operation could prove to be very costly. Indeed, reports have suggested that the Blaugrana might have to shell out around 20 million euros, that is including loan fee and salary, to sign Cancelo for just one season. The high cost of even a season-long loan deal would be an issue and his registration would still be complicated. As such, a move for the Portuguese international might not be the most prudent option. Furthermore, the report states that Deco is looking for someone who can be a solution for the team for the present and for the future. And Cancelo would not fit into that outlook. As such, a move for the right back appears off the cards. Of course, we have been talking about this for quite some time. Joao Cancelo's move to Barca is very complicated. He might be Javi's first choice, for that we know. But how can we get our first choices? That has been the problem, because at the end of the day, what we will come to realize is that majority of these players that we will sign, looking at them critically, they were not even supposed to be Barca players, because had it been Barca was financially stable, we could have gone for our first targets or our first choices, let me put it that way. And of course, majority of them, we all lost them, because at the end, Barca will go for their first choice, but they will be like, look, it's expensive, we can't afford that. Financial fair play is crippling the team, and Barca will be forced to go second choice. Second choice sometimes will not even work. Third choice, fourth choice. Like we see the likes of Aurelio Romeo. At the end of the day, Romeo was the fifth choice. For starters, Romeo was a fifth choice. Aurelio Romeo was a fifth choice after we started with Zubimendi being the top choice to replace Busquets. When Zubimendi could not work out, Xavi went to Joshua Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich could not work out. Went for Sofian Amrabat. Amrabat was so anxious to join, but still yet, Barca still complained about transfer fees. It couldn't work out. We went now for the fourth choice. The fourth choice was Marcelo Brozovic. After a long drawn saga with Brozovic, a move was appearing close, but of course the player waited. Barca were sluggish and they said the money is too high, they can't pay 20 million. He went to Saudi Arabia. Then now Barca had to go for a fifth choice, which is now Aurelio Romeo, who was relatively far cheaper, just 5 million euros. plus add-ons plus Pablo Torre leaving to Girona on a loan deal. So I think that one was the most logical way for Barca to have a DM, because Xavi had already like vowed that he must get a DM, and we can see the fact that the DM who is already 32. That just means that Barca doesn't care as far as you're a DM, and maybe La Masia just spice things up for but Xavi. As far as you know La Masia a little bit, then you have more points to join. And that's what we're saying. It's not like we're going for a top class DM to replace Busquets. It's a free choice, for crying out loud. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have begun work on the departure front. While Pablo Torre recently completed his move to Girona, Nico Gonzalez Araujo and of course all appear closer to securing tickets away from Barca. However, that does not take away the light from the elephant in the room. Barca's financial situation is in shambles as it stands, and a couple of petty sales will not make a tangible difference on the financial fair play and the economic front. Joao Laporta has already signed three match winners: Ilkay Gundogan, Inigo Martinez, and Oriol Romeo. The signing of Vitor Roque will provide the manager with a young attacking phenom come next summer. At this point, it is clear that no more arrivals can be made possible unless a big departure is finalized. According to Mundo Deportivo, Barca's pursuit of a new big signing lies on the hands of three stars. Frank Kessié, Ferran Torres, and Rafinha are the three sellable assets in the squad, capable of generating a large transfer fee as seen by the management. Joao Laporta and Xavi fancy the idea of bringing in either Bernardo Silva or Joao Felix this summer. The president likes the Atletico Madrid star for his profile and high quality, while the manager sees Silva as the optimal addition to his working dynamics. However, neither star will come cheap. La Liga have confirmed that Barca are in no position to afford new blockbuster signings. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.